Oh, am I running? Shit. Yeah, shit, man. Sorry for the strange camera angle, but the device that I use to support my phone, which I phone from, has been placed out of my reach, and I just wanna shoot a quick one. Um, I was just thinking, and I take a lot of flack for my directness because I speak a lot on sexual arousal and disability, and I speak openly about having disregard for people who take a closer walk with God. I speak openly on that. But more about me. In fact, there's some sound carrying through. So while I go and close the door, please, alright, and subscribe. I'm just talking slower to accommodate for my spastic reaction and coughing reflex. Give me 1 second, okay? Um, yeah. So maybe I should tell you about Vintage Me, the guy that went to Eros school out in Athlone. I was the goody two shoes kid. Like my white shirt, my grey pants, my shoes, my books. Okay, didn't like doing homework. Didn't like it because the struggles to write and so on. Especially maths class. It really used to get me down. And I'm not referring to the school in 2019/2020. I'm referring to the school. I'm referring to the school um, in my time, which was circa early 2000s, late 90s. And because I went to Agape School for primary, obviously the lineage starts from Eros and then Eros Satellite, and then eventually morphed into Agape School, and then back to Eros for high school. So I was Mr. Goody Two Shoes. But the thing is, don't underestimate Mr. Goody Two Shoes because he's also a person. He likes Suzuki, he likes Toyota, he likes Mercedes, he likes BMW. All of the things that the bad boy likes, I like too. I even like smoking. This is probably why I sound like this. I wanted to have a shot with the pretty girl, and I did. But everybody always misunderstands people like me because, yeah, like the song says, all of my kindness mistaken for weakness. Let me not start singing because it's not karaoke crackdown. Okay, and then growing up, I got everything that I wanted out of high school. Went overseas, in fact, while I was still in high school, I had to ask for special permission to leave school and then come back just in time to write my final exams. Then moved into FET college, did the 2 years there, and then moved to my alma mater, CPUT, did marketing management, advertising and sales promotion, personal selling, business English, consumer behavior, um, mercantile law, which is law for marketers, law of contract, all of the things I did. And then I went to work for Metropolitan Health because I had a slight emotional wobble at university and decided to go to work. Moved on to learning and development after the learnership I did, and yeah, and then everything. I'm juxtaposing between things. I'll get back to when I was younger and why I don't do church anymore, and why I still don't today, and so on. I moved on, Metropolitan, left Metropolitan, and started dating a friend of mine, and yeah, all of that. But back to when I was younger, when I came back from overseas, I bought myself. I'm doing this for the US markets. I'm sorry, South Africa, you've not been kind to me, so I'm gonna use US terminologies. I bought myself a VW Rabbit Auto, and it was a rusted out piece of shit, honestly. But they've got hand controlled on it. I bought the hand controls with the money that I had left from my overseas trip. I mean, and I drove the Rabbit with a friend of mine, and I could, spin it around. I do have enough dexterity, but I think curses are real. And it just didn't happen for me. I bought the Rabbit, I bought the Mazda, I bought the Toyota, and it didn't work out for me. I was dating somebody in an emotional relationship, and she was beautiful, and my prayers would be just one more date with Marcy, because I met her accidentally when I didn't have a love to college, and I, I thought she was the most evilest person in the backseat of a car, and then we got to know one another because her father worked a bit late, so for an hour or two, I would hang out at the radio station, CCFM, across the road from the college. Cape Town people will know what I'm talking about. And we became friends. She was doing, I think it was a sound engineering course there, and we became friends, and I would watch TV, drink a cup of coffee in the TV room there. It was even on the radio a couple of times, because you network with people when you're bored because your friend is still in class, and that was how she and I accidentally became friends, because there was a hush, because they were talking about Maitland Cottage Hospital, and I was sitting next to the DJ while he was doing it, and I remember his name was Sean Collard at the time, and yeah, and then when the music was playing, he did the station identification, CCFM, changing lives for good, 107.9, Anyway, while he was off air, I said, Sean, I was at the hospital, I had friends at that hospital, orthopedic surgeries, blah, blah, blah. And he says, well, why don't you come up with me and tell your story? And I told him about my friend Monterey, and me, and the hamstring and other leg surgeries. Anyway, so because I was talking, my friend Marcy's class went on a total hush, because there was a dude on a wheelchair and was fuck all about being on the radio, and he's sounding like a radio presenter, and he's impressing, and anyway, italang kinta tekot, I got it right, and she became my friend, and we dated for 2 years. Emotionally, we dated. She was here for Saturday night dinner, and sometimes in the week she would visit me after college. all the good stuff, and I was feeling like Mr. Dude because after college I had a regular date, and and I was at a very permissive college, um, where if you wanted to, you could take your books. Yeah, right. You could take your books, and you could go and sit on the beach. But this was me. I would take my stuff and go and smoke. And then, as Marcy became more of a feature in my life, I didn't do the smoking and the drinking thing with my buddies anymore. My sister would come and fetch me at the campus early so that I rush home in time for a quick wash and a quick shave because it's a weekly, daily visit with Marcy. And things move along swiftly. She goes with me to the college farewell, but it couldn't put a title to anything. And we make jokes, and I disclose to her about things about how living together can be a challenge because, by the grace of God, this is still my original family home. And I says, well, the wheelchair, that is the towels, all of the challenges, and I was still strong enough, messing around with my little Mazda, in the wood. And she was talking about doing road trips, and so on and so on. And yeah, but it didn't work out. But religiously, every Sunday, even though I was flying, right, I was also flying. I was on projects with Disabled Children's Action Group, Institute for Democracy, all of this while writing the bridging course to get into university. And my Sunday prayers would be one more date with Marcy. I want to spend my life with Marcy. Right? And then when it didn't work out, because you get to a point where you have to say, what are we? Because like the aunties and the uncles and everybody knows, let me date my car, buy a liquor. But but nobody wants to touch, nobody wants to say anything. Even at my college farewell, my buddy says to me, he said, the next day was the valedictory, right? And he was laughing at me. He says to our other friend, he says, the two of them are so perfect together. Both smack each other, but nobody want to say anything. Meanwhile, I'm going to church every Sunday, and I'm praying for a life of independence. I want her to throw me in and out of the car. She must handle the wheelchair. This is why I still lead into certain vlogs when I talk about peeing in the shower, And she responded positively. I says, well, no, that's not the problem, and the dirty towels aren't the problem. Because I clean house twice a day, and of course this is little me trying to keep my emotions in check. So I'm praying after every single date and every single night out. I'm praying, I'm thankful to God and all the good stuff. And it just didn't happen. I think my point with this is, and I know I've rambled on for a long time. I think my point with this is, older folk, please don't curse. If somebody wants to drive their car fast, let them. But know that in my case, Jesus was my first passenger in my car, I had a rabbit that wouldn't start, and I'm extremely blasphemous. And I would put my hands together before I did the first set of crank, Old autos go, win. And I would say, fuck six start. And then I found myself automatically doing, in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and the car would start. And I would apply that every time I drive, from my Toyota to my Mazda to my Schumer to every car that I've ever driven. That was the first thing I would do. But, curses are real too. Old people, I don't know if God is listening, so is the evil spirits. But I think the two tracks today I want to leave you with is I Wish I Was a Punk Rocker. And obviously, 4 or 5 seconds of weakness. That's where I'm going to leave it. Bye, guys.